So what you're learning to be is like your father. We know what the father was like. Jesus was the exact representation of the father. Stopped for little children, defended women's rights, looked after the poor, fought religion ferociously, picked fights with religion over and over again. This is an important point, because remember the chocolate? Chocolate's not how you want it. You heat it up, you set it, and you hold a frame, and you set it into that frame. As it cools down in the shape that you want it to be. I'm not talking about the mold, like shape it in the Easter egg, the nature of the chocolate. You heat it up, all the particles melt, the molecular structure melts. As you slowly bring it down, the big particles set first in a lattice, like a perfect shape. Then all the rest of the small parts set around it. You get shiny chocolate that snaps. Yep. That's what tension is. That's what Jesus did, because he's the strongest. He's worked from heaven. And so, he would come into a situation and there was no tension, he'd create it. Because, as the Son of God, what's inside him, he's bringing to the outside. But it's not like that now, because there's a structure already in place. Bad chocolate, okay? It's already there in place. It's not how he wants it. So he steps in and creates tension. Raises the temperature. And he stands in that tension. When it sets again, it sets in his shape. Okay? Because as Christians, you are taught to avoid tension. Avoid conflict. Don't confront. Be nice. Turn the other cheek. If you're not choosing to turn the other cheek, then you're not turning the other cheek. Because that's not free will. You must have the power and authority to act or to choose not to, like God. Okay? So, I would never send food back. Ever. Never sent food back. Come out, it's a bad meal, it's overcooked or something. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm not sending this back. I'm the son of the king. I'm wealthy, my life's great. I'll have a mansion or something. You know, life's good. That poor guy out the back, he's probably on $5 an hour. Perhaps his daughter's sick. I don't know what's going on in his life. I'm just let it go. Okay? Not true. I couldn't send food back, even if I wanted to, because I hated conflict. I hated the tension. I didn't value myself. I wouldn't put my hand up and say, oh, I'm sorry, this food's overcooked or not cooked or oversalted or something. And then I bring the manager out and I have to say to them, and my voice go up, oh yeah, no, it's okay. Okay? So I feared it so much, I made a BS belief system that around me, I was being a nice Christian. I was turning the other cheek. That's what I was doing. I had a Christian theology around it. I was calling fear love. I was calling death, the nature of the coward Satan, I was calling it Christ. And when God showed this to me, I know where I was. I can remember where I was sitting. And I started sending food back. And then I got opportunity after opportunity to send food back. Yeah. And now I can send food back. And now if I choose not to, it's a free choice. But when you call it, this is love, and it's not, you violate your body. Okay? Niceness is murder. Niceness is fundamentally dishonest. Because you're not there. If you're not there, Christ is not there. Because you're saying what you believe the other person wants or the other person needs, and it's not you. You're not even there. Someone else is there. Your mum, your church, society. The person you think that person wants you to be is there. It's not you. Okay? And if you're nice all the time, you're untrustworthy because no one knows what you are and what you're doing. Jesus wasn't nice. Your problem is you're nicer than Jesus. That's a big problem. It's detestable. Jesus wasn't nice. Jesus used offense as a ministry tool. He offended his mum. He offended his brothers. He offended his 12 disciples. He offended Peter, James, and John, you just saw. He offended the Levites. He offended the Romans. He offended everyone. He offended the Syrian woman. Offense. What's offense do? Heats it up.